Hey everyone, and welcome to the course. This is Health Economics 3597. It is the writing intensive portion of, or section of Health Economics. So me, I'm your instructor, Joe Shin, and I'm here to take you through the syllabus, the Blackboard site, expectations, so forth. So welcome, and here. Alright, so this course is being administered entirely online. There are no set dates, times, so forth. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take you through the Blackboard site and show you where everything is, where you submit things, so forth. So the first thing is if you go over to the announcements, any kind of announcements that get posted, they will be posted here. They will also be emailed to your Temple account or whatever account you have connected to Blackboard. Now, this is very important that you check this email because this course is done online. A lot of the correspondence is going to be done via email and announcements. All right, so just keep an eye on that. If you go into the course syllabus and info, this video, which is being recorded right now, you're going to see here. But then if you go down a little bit, first thing is you're going to see, or first thing you're going to see the syllabus. So if we go in here, so again, this is 3597. It's the Health Economics Writing Intensive section. So a little bit of information about me. Again, my name is Joe Shin. I'm with the Department of Economics, Temple University. Now, for some more information on me, you can also go back. I do have a separate video here to discuss who I am. But if we go back, as far as getting in contact with me, the best way is going to be through email. My email is joseph.shin@temple.edu. That's the best way to contact me. My office hours are going to be Mondays from 6 to 8. Now, these office hours are going to be done virtually, and they're going to be done through WebEx. And so for WebEx, if you go over, you will see the office hours folder, tab, however you want to look at it over here. And if you click on the link, it will take you, you just put in your name, your email address, and then you join the meeting. And again, I'll be there on Mondays from 6 to 8. If that doesn't work for any reason, just let me know and we'll set up something in a separate time. Prerequisites, microeconomic principles. The book is Health Economics and Financing, the 5th edition by Thomas Getson. Now, it's a little bit dated, but you'll see that in my presentations, in my recorded lessons, I do update a lot of the more recent data. Course description, learning objectives. As I mentioned, this course is being done entirely online. So on the Blackboard website, you're going to find all assignments, lectures, assignments, everything else. It is your responsibility for keeping up with all assignments. Now, everything is not going to be due at the same time. Everything's not going to be available at the same time. So it's really up to you to make sure that you are submitting everything on time. And that becomes really important because with the paper and with the quizzes, the other things, so forth, there's not one due every week because of the way the course is set up, and I'll show that to you in a little bit. So each week runs from Monday through Sunday, and so anything that's due for that week is going to be due on the Sunday unless otherwise noted, right? And it's by the end of the day. Now, the weeks are only going to become available 1 week prior to. So, for example, week 3 is only going to be available the Monday before the week actually starts. And I'll show you that a little more. So here's our breakdown, and I'll discuss these all. The voice thread discussions, weekly quizzes, the comprehensive paper, and then 2 exams. It makes up our overall grade. As you can see, there's a lot of pieces in there. Grading scale. So let's talk about that. So during some of the weeks, you were required to participate in discussions via voice thread. So if you've ever taken an online course or done discussions before where it's been done on Blackboard, a lot of times they've been typed out. So what I've done is, and what some other faculty members have done, is actually kind of taken this a step further and had it be more of a conversation in a way. And so there's a website called VoiceThread, and you're going to make your comments on there. So what's going to happen is during the weeks, you're going to be given a topic and you're going to be required to post 2 voice or video comments. By the end of the day Wednesday, all right, so again, the week goes from Monday through Wednesday, or sorry, Monday through Sunday. So by the end of the day Wednesday, you're to post some initial comment on whatever topic we're looking at that week. And then from Thursday through Sunday, you're to listen to other people's and then respond to one specific comment that somebody else made. You can agree with it, disagree with it, expand on it, whatever you want to do. And the biggest thing is that however you respond, make sure you are respectful in your response. Don't say, well, you know, so-and-so said this, it makes no sense, he has no idea what he's doing. No, don't say that. Be respectful. The grading for that is here. So each week you can get up to 10 points on it. And then you have the rubric for it here. Weekly quizzes. Now, every week there will be a quiz given, and it's going to, or almost every week, and it's going to cover what was the topic of that week. There's no makeups for any missed quizzes, and if you miss a quiz, you will get a 0. The lowest 2, however, will be dropped at the end of the semester. This is going to be done in Blackboard. I'll show you that in a minute. And there we'll have a time limit of 30 minutes. So once you open it, you have 30 minutes to complete it. It'll automatically submit at the end of that 30 minutes. If you have any technical or if you have any technical difficulties, just make sure you email me right away so that way I know and I can fix it. So we have the voice thread, we have the quizzes. The next part is the paper. Now, as I mentioned, this is a writing intensive course. And what that means is that a major paper must be included in the course. And so this course is going to have a paper, and it's going to be on some health economics topic, and it's going to be data-driven, empirical paper. Okay. So the big thing, and I created a separate video to talk about the paper entirely, so I'm just going to kind of go through the bullet points here. But the biggest thing is that this is not a purely research paper. The goal is not for you to pull together information of work done by others and then form a conclusion based on that. So the main goal of this paper is for you to formulate some hypothesis, some theory based on health economics theory that you are going to test by looking at data, by using data. So you're not seeing what other people said. You're actually going to find the data and look at it. So it's going to be a 10 to 15 page paper and 10 to 15 pages written. Okay. That does not include graphs, so you can't do 10 pages of graphs and then one paragraph or something like that. So it's be on a health economics topic. Using the data, you can use anything from statistical packages, or you can use Excel, or you just do tables or graphs, however you want to do it. All right, again, this is discuss more. Now, this is not a paper where you just submit it at the end of the year. Right? This is a very comprehensive paper, and because of that, there are a lot of things that are going to go into it. So because of that, you're going to see here that there are 8 separate assignments for this paper. And for each of them, there are due dates, and they have different points to them. So the final draft that you submit, the only one that is really going to be graded based on the content, is going to be the final draft, and that's due mid-April. So before that, however, there's a lot of other assignments that you're going to have to complete. A hypothesis, abstract, data description, theoretical background, outline, out-of-table bibliography, first draft, and then the final draft. Now, for all these assignments up to the final draft, if you complete them and complete them on time and follow the directions, you will get credit. Okay? You'll get full credit. If you do something but it's not of high quality, or you just did something wrong with it inadvertently, it's I'm going to grade it and I'm going to comment on it, but as long as you did it, you're going to get the points for it. The number one way that people do poorly in this course is by not completing these assignments. There's two reasons for that. One is because they lose the points for not doing it, but more importantly, the reasoning for these separate assignments is to get people to really go and pull together their paper, and for me to see if they're on the right track, and if not, how do I point them in the right track? Because the assumption that I make when I go towards grading the final paper is that you have submitted every single assignment along the way, and I have told you what have you done correctly or incorrectly. So it's assumed that by that final draft, you have a clear understanding of what's expected. And people who do all these assignments and do them well, they typically do pretty well on the final draft and on the paper as a whole. So it's really to your benefit to do that. Now, the other thing is that plagiarism is a very serious topic for me. Do not cheat. I check thoroughly. Right? And it's up to you to really take a look at what plagiar is, if you're doing it, if you're not, so forth. If you have questions, let me know though. Right. So there's some more information on plagiarism here, just something to look at. All right, so that's the paper. I'll discuss that a little bit more. So the exams, there's 2 exams, and there's dates on there. I'll discuss in a minute. And actually, I think the okay, my apologies. I need to adjust the syllabus in here. So the midterm and the final exam are both worth 25%. That's, the percentage is wrong here. When you pull it up before class, it will be correct. So, okay. So the midterm exam is 25%. The final exam is also going to be 25%. It's going to be cumulative and on the emphasis of the second portion. Now, both these are going to be open book, open notes. There's no time limit. Once you open it, you'll see, it's a document, you submit it, and so forth. Now, here's the thing, though. Because this is a writing-intensive course and there is a lot that goes into that paper, right, and I really expect you to take that paper seriously, I give you the option of skipping the final exam. And what would happen is if you decide to skip the final exam, the grade that you got for your final exam would be whatever you got in your midterm, less 10 percentage points. So if you got a 95 on a midterm, you would get then 85. So it's optional, it's up to you. I'll talk about that more later in the semester. There's no makeups. It's up to you to make sure that it gets submitted. You can use it, the internet, your books, notes, so forth. But you can't work with other students. So here are the exam dates: the 18th of March and May the 6th. If you need any special accommodations, just let me know. Statement of academic freedom, that goes along with the cheating and plagiarism. And here is our overall breakdown of each week. So each week is going to be a specific chapter. You're going to have specific assignments. Okay. And within there, I color-coded it a little bit to help you to see when they are. So the discussions, it's in green. So you have a discussion on week 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, and 14. And I tried to cut back on those when you had some of the more, either an exam or a paper portion due. But the quizzes, however, are almost every week. Spring break week, you don't have anything. So that's really the syllabus. If we go back into Blackboard, go back into the course syllabus and info. So again, about some information about me is here. Now, as far as VoiceThread, I put a link to a tutorial in here, and I'll show you the VoiceThread in a second. But this kind of runs through it pretty well for you. The one thing I did want to note that's not really discussed on here is that when you're replying to somebody else, make sure you don't do a private comment. And the way you'll know it's private is there'll be like a little padlock on it. So just make sure you don't do that. Otherwise, I can't say it. All right. So if we go back. Now, as far as the paper, there's a special tab over here that really breaks a lot of it down. So again, I put together a separate video specifically for this, and it's going to run through this, for the most part, this guide here, which is the paper guidelines. And this is just another document that it's really going to help you with the individual assignments. Okay, so it's going to have the individual assignments. It's going to have some links, some helpful tips, so forth. Okay, so this document's a good thing to look at, and again, the video goes through it pretty thoroughly. Plagiarism, there's a link here that'll help to avoiding plagiarism. Office hours talked about. The course schedule is just the same thing that's in the syllabus. It's just a quick reference for you. So I'm going to skip over the weekly modules for a second. If you go down here into My Grades, as you submit things, you'll get the grades for it, and it'll be in here. Now the quizzes and then the paper assignments, they're both in here. But you can also get directly to them within the weekly modules, which I'll show you in a second. So you get them either here or just go through. So when we go into the weekly modules, it's going to have for every week what we're doing, and what's due, the lectures, so forth. So as I mentioned, each week is only available 1 week ahead of time. So for example, week 3, which begins January 29th, will not be available until the 22nd. When you go into each week, all right, you're going to see the week, the dates, learning goals, the reading, and then we're going to have the lectures here. So these are all pre-recorded, and when you go in here, you will see the actual recordings for it. Okay. You can either view them here, so as we look at, or you can click on the link right to YouTube. As we look at healthcare spending, and it'll take question you. Is, well, why is it important? Why do people care? There. So if we go back, then the other thing you're going to have here is you're going to have the assignments, and I highlight it anytime there's an assignment so that it really sticks out. So again, for the VoiceThreads, there's going to be a quiz each week. If you click on the VoiceThread assignment, hit launch, it will take you to the actual VoiceThread. Now, for the first VoiceThread discussion. So with these, you'll see, they'll go kind of chronologically through here. Now, what I meant with responding, or when you comment or respond, you can either do it with a voice comment, which is be the microphone, or a video one, which is what I did here. And so either way, I really don't want text ones, and so either the voice one or the video one. If you're having problems, I think you can click here and it'll call your phone, so you can actually do it that way if there's any kind of issue with your computer. But with all these, there are, you'll find everything in here. That'll be pretty self-explanatory. Now, if there's another slide for any reason, and it'll be noted in here, there's not one for this one, but if you go to the bottom right corner, I'm not sure if you can see it here, but there's a little arrow there that will take you to the next slide. Go back into 3. You can click on the quizzes, 30-minute time, 1 sitting. You would just hit begin, and then they would pop up and you would do it. Now, as far as the paper assignments, click modules, week 2, here we go. So if we go into week 2, that's where you're going to see your first paper assignment. Now, the way that I want these submitted, I want them typed into some Word document, Microsoft Word, or whatever the equivalent is for a Apple or a Mac. The way that you're going to submit this, and this is important, right? If you go in here, right, you have your assignment submission. Do not, I repeat, do not do the right submission. Don't do this. Right? What you're going to do is you're going to actually attach the file in there. So you're going to hit Browse My Computer, in the Word document, make sure you have your name in it, attach it there. Right. If you have any questions on this, let me know. And again, if you go in the paper assignments down here, you're going to see them all there. And yeah, that's really it. So as I bring it back up here. So, that's really the course. The biggest thing here and the most important thing is that communication is the key. If you have any questions, make sure you let me know. Reach out. If you don't understand something, just shoot me an email. Come to my office hours. I'm going to communicate a lot with the paper through the comments or emails. So, a lot of people have trouble with the paper. The most important thing is to ask questions and to not wait until the end of the semester. This is not the thing you want to procrastinate on. So with that, again, if you have any questions, let me know. And if not, good luck, and I look forward to speaking with all of you.